Hello everyone, today we are going to see an example of how to use the GDB tool to debug our programs. So GDB is a Unix-based debugger tool which allows us to debug our programs in an efficient manner. And using GDB, we'll be able to see which lines are causing the error, and we'll further be inspecting the values of the local variables to understand the problem. So here we have two examples. We have factorial.cpp and pointer.cpp. So let's first compile these functions and codes in a regular manner. And let's execute the executable file. And here we are seeing the segmentation fault. So segmentation fault occurs when a program tries to read or write an illegal memory location. But in this case, we are not getting any insight about the error. So to debug our program, we will be using the GDB tool. So to run the GDB, we first have to compile our code using the -g flag. So let's do that. So to run the GDB along with our executables, we have to run the GDB, and also we have to type the name of our executable. So when we type that, we are seeing some information about the GDB and its version. So to run our program, we have to type the run command. And here we run our program and we are getting the segmentation fault error. But here we are also seeing which function is causing this error. So we have that segmentation seg_fault function which caused the error. And here we are also seeing the line of the error, which is line number 9. So to list the code block, we have to type the list. And here we are seeing our segmentation fault function. So here we are first defining a number variable and set it to 12. And we are also defining a pointer variable, but we are setting its value to 0. So here it's actually a null pointer. So it's not pointing to the address of an integer, but it's just a null pointer. So here, when we try to print its value in the line number 9, here we are trying to dereference that pointer variable to see the value. But since pointer is a null pointer, we are having the segmentation fault error. So since GDB tool points out the error of the line, which is line number 9, let's put a breakpoint first. So to put a breakpoint, I'm typing break and I'm typing the line number. And I want to rerun this program with the breakpoint version. So here our program is executed until the line number 9, and let's observe the values of the local variables. So to print out all the values of the local variables, we have to type info locals. So in this case, we have two local variables. The first one is number and its value is 12. And the second one is our pointer, which is pointing to the address 0, and it's not pointing any valid object here. So since we know that our pointer variable is the problematic variable, we can only print the value of this variable. Let's type print pointer. And in this case, we are only seeing the value of the pointer, and we are seeing that it's actually pointing to the 0th address. So now we know the error, and let's fix that error. So let's change the value of the pointer, and let's set that pointer variable to the address of the number. And once we do that, we can now move on to the next line by typing the next command. And here our cout statement is executed correctly without getting any error, and the value of the pointer is set to 12. And here we are seeing the line number of our next line, which is line number 10. And this was our first example, and we fixed the error and solved the problem. So let's run our next example, which was factorial.cpp. So when we first run this program in a regular manner, So first the program asks a value, so let's type 3, and the goal of this program is to compute the factorial of the given number. So when we type 3 and press enter, we are getting the segmentation fault error. So let's debug our program using the GDB tool. So if we run our program, we are getting the segmentation fault at line number 7. So let's again list our code block. So this is our factorial function, and here we have that return statement which multiplies the number with the and calls the factorial function with the number minus 1. But in this example, we actually forgot to include this base condition. And in the base condition, we have a checking if number is equal to 1, we have to return 1. But in this case, we are missing that line, so we are like recursively calling that factorial function, which causes segmentation fault error. So let's do a backtracing. So in order to do backtracing, I'm typing bt. And here we are seeing that. So when we type backtracing, it prints the stack of all recursive calls that we make. So here we are calling that factorial function in a recursive manner. And at the end, we are getting that segmentation fault. So to quit the wheel, we have to type that q command. And in this function, we observe that we have missing the space condition. So let's put a conditional breakpoint in this case. So let's put a breakpoint if the number is equal to 1. And let's rerun our program from scratch. And let's type 3. And our program is stopped at line number 7, and when the number, the value of the number is equal to 1. So here, if we print the value of that number, we are seeing that the value of the number is equal to 1, and our program is stopped when the value of this number becomes 1 in this factorial function. So today we've covered some basic examples on how to use the GDB tool. So thank you all for watching.